Okay, next let's add a storefront curtain wall right here. So for storefront curtain wall, we'll go to our ground floor view. Again, WA for wall, and then this time select storefront. So curtain wall storefront. So we've done exterior glazing, curtain, and now we'll do the storefront. So we'll start at the ground floor, offset of 500, going up to the low roof, since this is the low roof area, and yep, down by negative 500. Again, you can place some reference planes here to be exact. Otherwise, we're just going to click for the 2 points, defining our curtain wall. Notice for this type of wall, edit automatically embed is already checked, and you now have the definition of the mullions. Okay, so that's the difference between a storefront and the exterior glazing. So let's place this here. You can choose fine detail, okay, shaded, and let's go to the east elevation. Okay. If you notice the setting for the storefront curtain wall, select that here. So it has a vertical grid maximum spacing of 1524. So vertical grid of 1524. So every time it reaches 1524, it creates another panel. If not, it will just create a small panel at the end. And for the horizontal grid, it has a fixed distance of 2400. So any excess above 2400, there'll be that small panel right there. So let's just say we change this to 1500. Apply. So that's your 1500. We still haven't reached 1500, or have we? So that's why we have a small panel right there. So let's make this smaller, 1200. Apply. There you go. So that's 1200, 1200, and then whatever is left is a small panel. Here in the fixed or maximum spacing, everything is equally divided until it reaches this value. Okay, so let's say we'll just change this to 1000. Hit apply. Okay, so this might be 1000 or less. Anytime it reaches 1000, another panel will be added. So that's the difference between maximum spacing and fixed distance. Okay, so you can always use some other option. And you can always change the mullion type. Okay. So you have some option here: circular mullion 25 mm, circular mullion 50 mm, and so on. Okay. Okay, so click OK. Now for this system, you can actually change the angle. So let's say we want that at 45-degree angle for the vertical grid. Okay, you can always change the angle for the horizontal grid as well. 45-degree angle. Okay, and you can change or add an offset, so it can start at, let's say, 1000. Okay, gives us a warning. I think we went over. Nope. It's okay. So you can adjust where this particular mullion horizontal grid will start. So let's just say 500. Okay, or 0. Okay, and likewise, you can change the color of the panel. You can still add curtain grids at an angle. Just by hovering over the mullion. Okay. Let's select shaded view. And let's see, over here, tab. Okay. I don't think did it accept our curtain grid. I think when we added the curtain grid, yeah, didn't accept it. So sometimes it's a little bit hard to work with using this storefront option. You can delete the mullion, so you can select. Now you need to unpin this before you can delete. Otherwise, if you select and try to delete, okay, I'm hitting the delete key, it will not delete until you unpin. Okay. And if you need to delete the curtain grid, you need to select a curtain grid, add remove a segment, and then you can remove that segment. So curtain grids actually defines also the size of a panel, but without the mullion. And in the same token, if you hover over this, oops, tab, and select that, here you need to unpin it first before you're able to change that to your, let's say, copper. Okay, so here you don't have a mullion, but you do have your grid. That's why it's cutting the two panels into two. Here, since we removed the curtain grid, okay, so I can change that into a copper. Now, if I want to change that to a different material, I can do so by duplicating this. So let's say copper 2, change the material. Since this is a different material, I'll just say wood. Okay, upload, click OK. So I now have a different material. So you can add different colors as well. Make it look like an artwork of a curtain wall.